No.
Donde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la reina discoteca.
Discoteca, muñeca, la biblioteca es un bigote grande, pero manteca.
Manteca, billete, gigante, picante, cabeza es nieve, cerveza es bueno.
Buenos días, me gustas papas fritas, bigote de la cabra es camarón. Días.
Yeah, boy.
Boy.
Yeah, it's 2009.
It's 2009.
Word.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
Grace and Ben like Donald Glover and John Gambino.
Homo.
Yes.
Gotta add in the homo.
On that note, welcome to the Donald Glover exclusive podcast.
I'm Grace.
I'm Ben.
And
we're going to discuss Donald Glover today.
we really like Donald Glover.
Like, Donald Glover is literally the best human.
I want to start off with a story.
Please do.
So last night, before going to bed, as usual, I popped onto YouTube.
No.
I don't know why you're cringing so hard. That wasn't even the worst thing I've ever said.
Just because I know they're all over YouTube.
What's all over YouTube?
These comments. Are you doing the comments tomorrow?
Yes, and tell me about your comments.
Yeah, okay.
So first, I saw a video that was like, Finn Wolfhard, what's in my bag? You know I love Finn Wolfhard.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a similar skill set to Donald Glover. I think he could be like a young, white Donald Glover. Not as cool, but still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyways. And it's like going through records and like saying what records they're gonna buy.
And CDs, yeah. It's a good TV. It's a good YouTube.
Yeah, it's a good channel. So then this made me kind of mad. I was like, don't be mad at me for this. I saw the suggested had Donald Glover and Mac DeMarco. And I watched the Mac DeMarco one first. I know. I was like, I'm sorry. I really like him as well. But anyways, so then I watched the Donald Glover one. And I looked down and I just glanced and I just see Ben Sasser out of the corner of my eye. I was like, what? And it's like the top 3 comment or something. It had like 400 likes and it was just like, this makes so much sense. Like something about his album.
I remember the exact, it's because it's a Donald Glover though, and he goes through like a record store and picks out records.
Yeah.
But he picks out like 3 funk records. And this was like right after Awaken My Love had come out and he'd gone in this completely different direction. I was like, this makes so much sense. He's like funk music forever. And he explained like where he got the influence like from his dad and stuff.
Yeah. No,
it all adds up.
It was a very correct comment.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I just thought it was so funny that it popped up. And it was from like a year ago.
Yeah, no. I've been on this game for like a while.
Yeah. I'm pretty new to the Donald Glover love.
It's okay. We're accepting of all.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah, no. So now Grace has a game where she's gonna literally probably most Donald Glover videos out there. I left quite a few comments and gotten quite a few likes on my comments on Donald Glover videos.
This is the first one I've seen. Even though I've watched other Donald Glover videos, I've never thought to read the comments. But now I'm gonna do it. Do you comment on like videos of like him on talk shows?
Yes, I have commented on a few talk shows.
Because I love watching him on talk shows. There was one where he said he was afraid of dogs.
Yes, the one with Jimmy Fallon.
And I literally yelled out loud. I was like, yes! Because I felt so represented. We feel the same. It's like, as children, we were very afraid of dogs. And now it's like, we're not like afraid of dogs. We just want to know what they're thinking. Like, it's not that I don't like dogs, but it is like, if there's a dog in the room, I always kind of have one eye on it because I don't want them to like jump up and scare me.
Yeah.
And,
I don't get that, but
I feel like people always think I'm a really bad person when I say that I don't like dogs. Some people do. And so when I saw that he felt the same as me, I was like, representation, guys. It really matters.
Yeah.
Or have you also seen the really recent interview with the Girl Scout?
Yes, I literally have like a news alert for Donald.
That one was so cute.
Adorable.
Anyone who hasn't seen, you should watch it. Stephen Colbert.
It's where like Donald Glover like buys Girl Scout cookies from this girl with a remix of Redbone to sell Girl Scout cookies. It's so adorable. It's
so cute. She's just like, Thin Mints. And then he like goes and buys all of her cookies, and it's just so pure. I love him so much.
No, it's everything is amazing. But so I guess to get into, because I'm just gonna go and tell you a lot of this podcast, if not most of it, is about Donald Glover. So I already can hear Flynn laughing right now.
Yeah, one of my favorite Flynn quotes
Shout out Flynn.
is when I was saying, I can't remember what I was saying to you, but you were like really busy doing work, and I was talking about Donald Glover, and Flynn was just like, dude, you know Ben is really serious about this world when you're talking about Donald Glover and he's not listening to you.
Yeah, no, I was intensely concentrated. I was like in the zone because,
I feel like that's like a trigger word for you.
Oh, no,
like if I say it, you'll just like snap your head wherever you are.
I know, because I'm just like I have like dived so deep into the Donald Glover like realm of like I have so much, I don't want to call it useless information because everything he does is so cool, but like I just have so much information in my head that never really has a real life practicality other than like talking to like Grace or other really big Donald Glover fans.
Yeah.
But I know so much. Like I could ace any test on Donald Glover, I think, or like any test. Like I've gone into like the themes and like because the internet and the albums have like like concept theories and stuff like that.
See, so I'm trying to get more into it because it was only like a year and a half ago that I figured out that like Donald Glover and Childish Gambino were the same person. But I think it's more justified because it was like I had never listened to Childish Gambino and I had never watched anything with Donald Glover in it. So it's like, why would I have known?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so then I watched some of his stand-up like a year ago.
Yes, and that is your kind of
Loved
stand-up.
it.
Yeah, no.
Yes, I love his stand-up. And then more recently, like, watched his stand-up. And then because of that, I started listening to him. And I watched Atlanta and Community. And so then it, like, formed into a full-fledged, like, love for Donald Glover.
He's just such an amazing person. But I think that's a good tangent to get into, like, the first part of this is when and how and why did you discover Donald Glover / Childish Gambino?
Well, it was like my sister had said something about how he was like really talented and like I love 30 Rock, and she said that he like wrote all of the jokes about Stone Mountain, Georgia because he's from there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, he must be hilarious.
And Stone Mountain is just like nothing like they portray. He's like a redneck town. It's like, no, like Stone Mountain, Georgia is not like that at all.
Oh, yeah. It's like an Atlanta suburb.
Yeah,
right?
no,
like,
it's an Atlanta suburb. But it's very funny.
But it's so funny.
His cameos in 30 Rock are hilarious because he has like 3 cameos. He's like the gay kid in the audience at Tracy Morgan's like graduation. And he's like, and you, Tracy Morgan is like, and you, obviously closeted gay kid. And he's like, who told? And it's hilarious.
I forgot about that. I love that so
show.
much. Now I need to rewatch all of 30 Rock just to catch his
the
cameos.
Donald Glover cameos. They're so small, but they are so funny.
Yeah. 30 Rock, great show.
30 Rock is so good.
Excellent show.
Okay, but so she had told you that he wrote for 30 Rock.
And was just like talking about how talented he was. And so I like watched some of his stand-up, and then more recently was like kind of got into all of his stuff. Because I'm not a big rap fan.
Yeah.
And so, like, I had just never really wanted to listen to him, but then recently I mostly listen to Awaken My Love. Because it's like, it's not rap.
Okay, so my parents are the same thing. Literally, my dad hates rap music. Yeah. Like, he'd like, before Awaken My Love came out, like, he had like 1 or 2 songs of his that I could get him to listen to, and they were from Kauai. Yeah. It's cool. I also recently learned, I've been pronouncing it Kauai for the longest time. It's Kauai.
I don't know if I had ever said it out loud.
No, I pronounced it wrong because I did it on my vinyl thing on my YouTube channel. And like so many people called me out in the comments. They're like, how this motherfucker is pronouncing it? Like, Zoinks. But so, yeah, so I like, there's like a few songs off Kauai that like there's no cursing and that like aren't really rap. It's sort of like singing down whatever I could get him to listen to. But then Awaken My Love came out. And, like, I was like, my dad will like this. And, like, I got him to listen to it, and he loved it because it's all, like, old funk stuff.
Yeah, well, and it's also just so, like, creative. Oh, yeah. And so, like, I watched one...
the sharpest left turn I've ever seen an artist make.
And I watched one interview where he was like, I don't want to call myself a rapper. And he was like, I'm sorry, I know that sounds dumb, but, like, I want to be someone like Kanye who, like,
does everything.
He makes art, like he creates a body of work, and that's what Awaken My Love is. Like, I almost only listen to it sequentially.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
It's just so, like, every
the exception
song
of, like,
is something
Redbone
different.
and Terrified, I listen to it all the way through.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, same.
Because Redbone is just an fun to play with, and Terrified is just, like, it's such a good song.
It's so intense. His Grammy performance at that
was, oh my god. I am so glad he performed that.
I was screaming the whole time.
I thought he was going to perform Redbone at the Grammys. I was, like, excited because it'd be, like, the one, you saw him on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, it was great.
And it was good, but I was like, what if he performed something different? And then he performed, like, my second favorite song from the album, and it was just,
it was so great. And it was just so, like,
perfect.
Like, creepy and, like, intense.
It just had such a vibe.
Like, it just, like, watching it, I was just so, like, sucked in, where I was just like, how could anyone not watch this and be like dying inside?
This guy is amazing.
And so he just, like, it's weird. Like, I've listened to some of his older music, but it is just, like, I forget that he used to make, like, more traditional rap songs where it's just, like, a beat and he's, like, rapping over it, like, a few douchey lyrics about, like, his dick size and, like,
so, like,
dumb stuff like that.
And that's
like,
his older rap. Like, I think that, like, so, like, what I try to do the bracket with is, like, because the internet and post because the internet. Because, like, a lot of people didn't like Camp and, like, the music. I like Camp because I think it's just a hard album. It's a good album. It's Donald Glover. I like it. But, like, pre-Camp, you could see some of this Donald Glover. Like, he's always rapped differently. But, like, Camp was a lot of, like, I got this dick. Which is okay, because, like, that rap can be fun, like, turn up music and stuff. But then, like, you get Because the Internet, and it's complete, like, it's a whole different vibe. It's completely... And I think Because the Internet is definitely, like, it's... Like, he raps on that album, but I don't want to call it a rap album because it's so much deeper than that, I think.
Well, and it's kind of a bridge between, like, Awaken My Love and his other stuff. Because it's like...
Oh, so is Kawhi. Kawhi is, like, where he gets, like... There's, like, more singing on that album than there is rapping.
Yeah. Because he's also, like... He's an amazing singer.
Oh, no, he is. Oh, my God. Yeah, no, he's so good.
And he also just, like...
Like, his Jimmy Fallon performance, he legit sung that. No vocal effects, whatever.
Yeah. And, like... or, like, when he performed Terrified, there was one note that, like...
Oh my gosh,
he
I know what you're talking
doesn't belt it on the recorded version, but he belted it on that.
And it was such a belt. Oh.
And I was like, that's so the opposite of what artists normally do when they're performing live, because they're like, oh, I can do it when I'm recording and it's, like, touched up and I, like, can try it multiple times. But then live, they, like, play it safe. But he, like...
He went for it.
He went for it, and it sounded so good. He just, like that, it's such a good album.
Yeah, no, it's so good. Okay, so this is a very big tangent from how did you discover Donald Glover? But your sister, like, recommended it and you just slowly got into it, right? That's what I'm getting?
Yeah, but it was, like, slow over, like, a year, and then the past couple months, it was, like, rapidly, like, Atlanta Community, like, just his old videos, like, all of it, like, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So what it was for me, it's like, so I didn't actually discover Donald Glover first. I discovered Childish Gambino first.
Okay.
Because so this was like sophomore year, and I was up in Morganton, and I was like walking around like downtown. This is a really small town. I was like, I want something to listen to, so I pulled up my Apple Music, and it was like. And I listened to, like, a lot of Drake at the time, and Apple Music was sort of new, and they were, like, trying all these weird things, so they had a playlist on their homepage, and it was, like, Drake versus other artists and stuff. And I was like, I like Drake. Drake's better than a lot of people. I want to see what these other artists are. So I hit it, and, like, the shuffle, and, like, the third song, it was, like, just a mix of Drake songs, and, like one song or two songs from, like, a lot of different rappers. And... Like, the third song that came on was Childish Gambino 3005. And, like, it was, like, an instant fucking bop for me. I was like, I love this. So I, like, went to his page and, like, I downloaded, like, I listened to, like, Sweatpants next. And I was like, that's so good. And I downloaded Because the Internet. And originally, like, I didn't like a lot of the songs. And I was like, oh, this is so good. I just want to listen to the bops. Like, Sweatpants, like 3005.
Yeah, like, you don't want all of his, like, weird stuff.
Like, I was like, what is this? No, I want to listen to this. And I sort of got into it. And then, like, pretty much I just listened to Childish Gambino for a while. And then, like for pretty much, like, the next year up until, like, my sophomore summer, I just been like listening like occasionally to Donald Glover. Like I listened to some stuff off camp, like some of the hard stuff. I was like, he's guy's pretty good. And like I watched some of his videos, and I got like more like I slowly like started like dipping my toe in the pool of Donald Glover.
Okay.
And like I watched some of his videos, and I really liked his videos, and I listened to some more of his music, and then like I started getting deeper and deeper, and then like I found a Donald Glover because I'd watched Community some like freshman year, and I knew he was like funny, but I had no idea they were the same person, and I found out about that. And then
everyone has the moment where they're like, it's the same person.
I know. And I just thought, I was like, oh, that's so crazy. And I was like, this guy is just so talented. And once I realized they were like the same person, I was like, this guy is just so amazingly talented. And I sort of just like dove in. And this was like at the end of sophomore summer. And I started like downloading his like EPs and stuff, like his old mixtapes. Yeah. Like I watched all of Community. I like found out about like 30 Rock and like his writing stuff. I watched his stand up. And I just pretty much have like been really into him. And I love Atlanta. Like I just keep up with everything that he's doing.
He's just like, he has so much range.
Yeah. That's what I love about him.
Creator.
That's what I like. Cause like,
where it's like, there's a lot of people that I like, and I'm like, they're good at this one thing.
Yeah.
And he just like, I feel like he also kind of proved to people that it's like, you don't have to go with one thing.
No, you don't.
Like,
you can do
some people
everything.
Act like once you start a career and once you become like known for doing something, then you're kind of like stuck with that. And he's just been like, no, I'm gonna make literally whatever I want.
I know. As someone who
he's good at all of it.
Yeah, he is. And as someone who like, I like making stuff, and I like doing a lot. Like as someone who likes making like, literally, I just like making stuff because it's fun to make stuff. And I just feel like he has like that exact same mindset. Like he likes making stuff because he likes making. He likes just being able to like to put something out there.
He's
like,
like,
so feel that.
He's like, I like to. And this is the way that I'm trying to be. So he's like very inspirational where it's like, I like to make people laugh. Maybe I should do stand-up. Or like, I'm into music. Why not make my own music? And I feel like that's such a good way to be.
Think of the world. Like, just try to do it yourself.
Yeah, and that's how this podcast is, where we're just like, we're kind of just like, we like to talk and try to be funny. Like, who knows? Maybe we'll release it and everyone will think it's dumb and only Leah and Sophie will listen. But like, what if people like it? You know? Like,
that's why I wanted to edit this podcast, because I was like, it's something new, it's something cool. Expand, like I've always podcasted club. I've always wanted to do that. I just want to add that to like my portfolio of things that I've done.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I'm trying to get. Oh, it's so cool. But he's just so amazing. So I think what we're doing now is we're sort of going to run through like his timeline of things, and we can talk. Peanut.
What'd you just say?
Peanut.
Oh.
I had a peanut in the back of my throat.
Nice.
Okay, so we're like going to run through his like timeline of work and stuff, and like talk about what we like it, and then because it's March Madness and none of us really care about March Madness, we made because a lot of musicians or a lot of fans of like musicians were making like artist brackets. We made a Donald Glover bracket. March Donald. I'm thinking we should have thought of an acronym before this. Shit. Something with madness or craziness or Donald Glover. Glover gratuity, something like that. I don't know. It's all of like the top and like my opinion, but I'd say my opinion. I don't want to like this sounds so cocky, but I like to say like I think my opinion's like with the general consensus of the community, like sort of like right on for like. It's like like 64 of like his like good hits. Like there might be some. I doubt most of the listeners don't like think like, oh, he missed this Donald Glover song, because like literally I think I got almost like everything. But like 64 of like I think like the best Donald Glover songs. So like, and we're gonna run through a bracket of that, and we're each gonna come to our decision for the favorite Donald Glover song, and then try to I guess like try to convince the other or something. We'll figure it out.
Who do we know that knows more Donald Glover or Childish Gambino songs than you, and would be like, fuck you, Ben, you missed this one song from an EP that's not on Spotify like 5 years ago.
Yeah, no.
Because no one we know would say that.
Yeah, no. I have songs from his mixtapes on there and his like really old stuff that none of y'all I think have ever heard. So yeah, no, we ain't missing shit. All right, so let's run through his work. So Donald Glover, he started, if you don't know, like he like went to NYU because he wanted to he went to an art school when he's a kid, Jehovah's Witness. He went to an art school and he went to NYU, and he started making videos with this comedy group.
Derek comedy? Derek?
I thought it was Derek.
Maybe it's Derek. I don't know.
Who knows? I mispronounce stuff so much.
I don't know how to say words.
No, I really don't. My parents taught me how to spell phonetically, and they fucked me for the rest of my life.
Wait, that's such a bad thing to teach.
I know. They were like, just like spell it how it or like say it how it sounds. And like nothing in the English language is like that.
That works for Spanish, but for English,
no, it works for like all other languages except.
Oh God.
It's no. Oh God, it's so bad because I mispronounce stuff all the time. But yeah, so he started doing Derek Comedy Drake, whatever it is, with like 2 other bros, and they posted YouTube videos, and it was very funny.
Yeah, I watched a few of them in preparation for this.
Oh yeah, no.
They're dumb,
but they're
funny.
Like the spelling bee one.
Yes.
Or like bro rape.
I don't know if I saw that one. Or like Opposite Day.
Yes, oh my gosh, Opposite Day.
It's so stupid.
And, okay, Opposite Day is actually smartly written.
But it's so well done.
Think. No, it's so well executed. They got the writing right on that.
I feel like that's the thing about Donald Glover is like whatever he does a great job. Like the Atlanta episode with the thing about Florida Man.
Yeah.
It's such a simple kind of dumb premise where it's like they're just reading headlines that say Florida man does blah 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 and they're like, oh, it's Florida Man. But the way it was set up, it was so ominous and creepy, but also so
ridiculous.
Funny.
Yeah, no. You can definitely see from like his earlier work why it's all he's like the same person, but his craft has evolved.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just like whatever he does, like even if it's like starts with something super simple, he always makes it good.
It's so good. Okay. So then off his Derek comedy videos, Tina Fey noticed him and he was doing like a little bit like low-key, very low-key stand-up in New York.
Yeah.
And like because he's Donald Glover and he's like amazing, like hired him to write for 30 Rock. 30 Rock. And like, first of all, 30 Rock is such a great show.
I love 30 Rock.
And I'd watched 30 Rock before I knew about Donald Glover.
Yeah, same.
And I was like, this show's really funny, I like it. But then when I found out like for like a few of those seasons, like Donald Glover was writing, I was like, wow, it's so funny. It's so good. Like,
when he also kind of has that similar sense of humor to Tina Fey, where it's like, it's very smart and it's very well thought out, but every now and then it'll just be so absurd.
Yeah, no.
And I love that. That's very like my humor.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then after like 3 to 4 seasons of 30, he also wrote for The Daily Show for a little while.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
For Jon Stewart, which is, of course, because that's like my favorite like political satire show of all time.
Of course.
But then he stopped writing for 30 Rock. He quit. 6 days after he quit writing for 30 Rock, he got hired on Community, of course. And he also released
Community.
Around that time, he also, when he was in NYU, he was experimenting with music. There's this awesome video on YouTube called The Evolution of Childish Gambino.
I'll watch it.
And like the first video is like a flip phone recording of like Donald Glover like singing over like an electric guitar or rapping over an electric guitar in an NYU dorm. And of course,
I don't even need to see it. Like, I gotta be real honest. I have butterflies in my stomach just thinking about that.
So little intro, like he wrote. How he got into 30 Rock is he wrote a spec script for The Simpsons. A spec script is where like you just write an episode of The Simpsons, and it's really difficult to do, but like a lot of comedy writers did that to like get into the game.
He did
that. And he used to when he was a kid, because his parents wouldn't let him watch The Simpsons, so he would record The Simpsons on a cassette player, like an episode of The Simpsons, and then like without him being in the room, and then like listen to the audio in bed with his brother. Like, so they weren't watching it, and that's how he got into The Simpsons. And of course.
Well, because it's also, like, it's just insane to think about the fact that, like, he grew up Jehovah's Witness. Like, he wasn't allowed to do so many things.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, he was unexposed to so much pop culture.
Yeah, except Star Wars.
But then he became such a creator. Yeah, the fact that he, like...
Star Wars t-shirt.
Star Wars t-shirt, high school yearbook. Now he's in Star Wars.
So amazing. But yeah, so he did that, and then he released Sick Boy because he was doing some music stuff in college, and it wasn't like, it was like well received, but like with his like really small fandom at the time, I guess I'd say, because he like rapped Rizzly nasally, and like a lot of people don't understand that, like the name of the mixtape is Sick Boy, like he was literally rapping like he was sick when your voice gets all nasally when you're sick.
That's weird.
Yeah. But it
Interesting.
But it's very cool.
I haven't listened to it.
So then,
clearly.
also in 2009, he released Poindexter, which is very similar to Sick Boy, I'd say. I do like Poindexter a little bit better, I'd have to say, because I think it's a little bit, like, his production value went up a little bit. But then Community. So let's talk about why Community is amazing. Because it is.
Community is so amazing.
Dan Harmon, oh my gosh, is a creator.
Yeah,
so good.
he's great. It's a great show. I really like to think that our friendship is very Troy and Abed.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't think either of us is Troy or Abed.
No.
But just as a unit.
Yeah. Like look.
Oh, that was so bad.
Okay,
that was our worst ever. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, so we started doing their handshake.
The one that will slap.
And you know, the theme song for this podcast is based off of Troy and Abed in the morning. And all of its various spin-offs.
And then it's or at night.
Yeah, and then there's
Troy and Abed in the morning.
There's my favorite is Troy and Abed being normal. Or no, they're like Troy and Abed being normal. And they just say it.
There's so many
they're wearing suits.
Evil Troy and evil Abed. Evil.
Or Troy and Abed in stop motion.
There's so many good ones.
There's so many.
But
it's just
his acting on it is really funny.
I also just love how it progresses from he's this kind of douchey football player who that's his only focus.
And he comes out of a shell.
And then he it starts when he and Abed do that rap together. And then from then they just keep getting weirder to the point in the later seasons where they have their dreamatorium.
Yeah,
and they're always just
in the pillow fort. And,
yes, and
the blanket fort.
Can we do the thing that they did one time when they acted like they were in the Parent Trap, and they would only respond to each other's names and kept pretending they switched bodies, and everyone was like, "We know you're not in the Parent Trap."
God, I freaking love that show so much.
It's so good.
You know, he improv'd a lot of his scenes, right?
Really?
Dan Harmon would be he'd be I think I can, let me just run with the scene a little bit. And Dan Harmon, being the cool, auteur that he is, it was yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
And, he would literally improv a lot of the scenes, and they'd be, the scenes that Dan Harmon would choose to put in the episode, because he's just so good at that kind of stuff.
I love it.
Also, I see that you have the rap written down here. Does that mean that we're gonna do that?
We should try it, yeah.
Am I Troy and you're Abed?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be rough as fuck.
I also don't know how to beatbox, so we should just not do that part. No.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la reina discoteca.
Discoteca, muñeca, la biblioteca, es un bigote grande, pero manteca.
Manteca, billete, gigante, picante, cabeza es nieve, cerveza es bueno.
Buenos días, me gustas papas fritas, bigote de la cabra es Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, boy.
Boy.
Yeah, it's 2009.
It's 2009.
Word. Yeah, that was trash, but it was,
it wasn't
it's so good in the show.
Version. But if you haven't seen it, then maybe you'll find what we did entertaining.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la araña discoteca. Discoteca, muñeca, la biblioteca. Es un bigote grande, pero manteca. Manteca, bigote, gigante, pequeño. Cabeza es nieve, cerveza es bueno. Buenos días, me gustas papas frías. Bigote de la cabra, es Cameron Diaz. Yeah, boy. Yeah. What? It's 2009. Word.
Ah, it's so perfect.
It's so good.
They have so much flow together
and
in chemistry.
I also just love how they're just sitting there and they're not into it at all.
But
then they just do it and they're so into it. That's just.
I love them so much.
They're just so. I just love Troy and Abed so much.
All right. So that's Community, which is amazing. And if you haven't watched it, you should watch it because there's some standout moments.
It's so funny.
All right, and then we're going to go through, because he was doing, of course, while he was doing Community, he was doing so many other things.
Yeah.
That's where he met Ludwig Göransson, which is his main producer that did a lot of work on Because of the Internet and Awaken My Love and Stone Mountain Kauai.
Kauai.
If I pronounce it Kauai, if I'm pronouncing it Kauai throughout the video, it's just because of my stupid parents, so I'm sorry.
I don't think anyone listening would notice.
Okay, so while he was doing Community, he worked with Ludwig Göransson on a lot of music stuff. So he released Camp during Community, which was his first album. But in 2010, he released I'm Just a Rapper and I'm Just a Rapper 2 and Cul-de-sac, 3 mixtapes. The first 2 are a bit shorter. They're like 5 or 6 songs each. They're closer to EPs. And then Cul-de-sac is like a full-on like album mixtape. Cul-de-sac is really good. It got him a lot of attention. Like that's what like Cul-de-sac is the project that sort of made him like that sort of got him out in the rap world.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Just a Rapper and I'm Just a Rapper 2 are really cool because they're very experimental mixtapes, I think, for the time for him. And I definitely got to say that I think I like I Am Just a Rapper a little bit better than I'm Just a Rapper 2. But they're both just very, like, I'd say experimental. Both very good. Mm-hmm. And then 2011, he did, like, such a funny stand-up special. You've watched it probably more recently than I have.
I've watched it twice.
Okay, that's how many times I've watched it. But I also watch the clips on YouTube, like, when I'm procrastinating.
I've, like, listened on Spotify where it has the clips.
I know.
It's so funny.
No,
Called Weirdo, if we haven't already said that.
The Home Depot. Oh, my God. The Home Depot.
Yesterday, I quoted it because Katie and I were just, like, sitting around eating some Cheerios. And, like, one of her friends texted her, like...
Do you have any Cheerios?
I don't. It was at her house. I'm sorry.
What cereals do you have?
I'm in a healthy house. I don't know. I don't think we have any cereal.
Your house is so weird, Grace.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, we were eating some cereal, and one of her friends texted her and was like, "What are you guys doing?" And she was just like, "Oh, we're just eating some Cheerios and hanging out." And he was like, "Are you eating plain Cheerios, not Honey Nut?" And she was like, "First off, who do you think I am? Who eats plain Cheerios?" And I was like, you know what Donald Glover calls Cheerios? Cardboard doo-doo.
Oh, yeah, no. Cheerios.
His whole bit about cereal on Weirdo is so funny.
Yeah, about him and brother.
Yeah.
His mother is straight evil for doing that.
I love the thing about, like, how people are always like, new rap is so bad, like, we need the old rap. And then he's like, have you listened to old rap? It's all like, well, I went to the hat store today and I bought myself the hat. Ha 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 ha. And I just like, that always makes me laugh. And I saw a picture on Twitter one time of like a Valentine's card that just said like, I went to the hat store today and I bought myself a hat. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, why is this making me emotional? Like,
because it's so funny.
Like, why is that such a goal for me? Like, that type of thing. I don't know. It's just so cute. I'm not saying full sentences.
No, but Weirdo is such a good comedy special.
It's so funny.
It is. And he just, like, that's one of the first things that he, like, veered out on his own to do, other than music, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's when you know he was, like, really a multifaceted artist, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to season 5 of Community, and even in like the first episode, I was already just like, I'm not feeling it. And I tried to watch a couple episodes, but like, I went back and started rewatching season 1.
The first 4 seasons are the best season.
They're so good.
Specifically the first 2.
Yeah.
But season 5 was sort of funny.
Yeah.
You know it's the death. I don't even count season 6. It's a fake season.
I don't know if I'll ever watch it. I kind of want to.
It's terrible.
Watch like season 4 up until he leaves, just so I can like see everything he's done on it. But I don't really need to watch it.
So he left Community so he could work on other stuff, specifically music. So he released Because of the Internet pretty much like a year or 2 after he left Community. And Because of the Internet is like, I'm just going to say it. It is like, personally, my favorite album of all time. I think it's like the best.
Really?
It's, oh my God, it's so good. I love it so much. So is that way. Ludwig Göransson, all of the production on that. And it was just amazing. Like, when I listened to the full album for the first time, and like when I was like really into Donald Glover, it blew my mind. Like, I
still need to like, I've listened to parts of it, but I don't know if I've listened to the whole thing in sequence. And I feel like you can't say that you like an album without listening to the whole thing in sequence. And it also, like, for me, it says a lot of it says a lot about an artist whether they can make an album that goes in sequence versus, like, I don't know, if it's kind of just, like, randomly thrown in there.
Yeah.
And
it's such a well put together, like, because there's a short film that goes along with it. With the vinyl release, he released a 73-page screenplay to go along with it that's amazing.
what?
Is there 2 short films or 1 short film? I can't. All the videos are connected to the videos for the album are amazing. The album contains like these. I can't even go. I could do literally a whole episode on Just Because of the Internet, because there's so much good shit with it.
So we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that.
However,
I will tell you, just like the back end cuts off there, like Flight of the Navigator, Life, the Biggest Troll, Earth, the Oldest Computer. Oh my god, it's pink. I'm not going to obsess.
okay.
But it's so
Anyways,
good. It's
moral of the story, Ben loves that album.
I love that
a
album.
whole lot.
I have it on vinyl. I have 2 copies of the vinyl for that album.
Why?
Because, like, I bought myself one, and then my dad got me one for Christmas.
Oh.
Because he didn't know that I bought it. And I'm saving one I still have one that's unopened, and I'm going to save it, and because I think it's going to be worth $1 billion. Yeah, one day. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. It's like on Broad City when she has that John Benet Ramsey Beanie Baby, and she's trying to sell it for so much money, and then the dog takes it, and she's like, John Benet Beanie Baby. That's what I think of when I think of collecting anything.
Yeah, no. Broad City is so good. But,
We'll
so
have an
because of the
episode on
internet,
it
it got nominated for Best Rap Album. Utter and complete bullshit that Eminem's album won. It's so much better than Eminem's.
You really just confused me when you just yelled utter, and then you took a pause. I was like, what are you doing?
Utter is where cows milk.
Utter.
The fact that Marshall Mathers 2 won, oh my god, it irks me. And
no one cares about Eminem.
No, that was his, like, even that was his last, like, okay album. Only good Eminem was good.
No one
and
cares
Best Lap Performance for 2005. Utter and complete bullshit that it got snubbed there as well. Utter! Okay. Then he, like, went in sort of a different direction. In 2014, he released Kauai, Stone Mountain Kauai, which is a mixtape /EP. Only Kauai is on Spotify. Stone Mountain is released, like, the full thing is released on a mixtape. But you can only get Kauai on Spotify. If anyone wants any of his music, I literally have every piece of music he's ever recorded and some of his radio freestyles on my computer. Just come to me and I will put that music on your phone because...
You know that I do need that.
Yeah, I can put
because
it on
I
my
have
computer
I honestly sometimes I feel like a fake fan that I haven't listened to all of this.
Yeah, no, I can do that for you. I can do you like that. And then he got into more acting stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently he was in Magic Mike XXL.
Here's the thing.
Do tell.
I kind of have beef. So I didn't watch the whole movie, but I just Googled like Donald Glover, Magic Mike, because I was like, I'm interested. He's a beautiful man. All he does is sing.
Is he like a singer in the movie or what?
Yeah, like I think he like is a stripper, but they only show him singing. And I was like, he was just like singing Marry You by Bruno Mars. And I was like, you're a good singer. You sound good. But like, of all of the things that he can do.
Don't put him in that position.
I was kind of like, also like, not to like objectify him, but like, he is a beautiful man. Like, I wouldn't have been mad if he was one of the strippers. I feel like I'm gonna be embarrassed that I'm saying this, but I'm saying it anyway because it's true.
And then he had a small role in The Lazarus Effect and The Martian. The Martian he was really funny in.
I have not seen either of them.
What?
But
What?
What? But there's, I did watch an interview where he was talking about how he fell down on set.
Yes,
they put it in the movie.
Yes, it's such a good scene,
so
too.
I want to watch it.
The Martian is so good. Well, I'll watch it sometime.
Okay.
So then he took like a year-long gap. And during all this time, like after he quit Community, he was working on this idea for this TV show Atlanta. And literally, it took him 4 years to finish the first season.
It's so
good.
masterfully crafted to the point
amazing.
where it's like, he had a big pause between season 1 and season 2.
Almost a year and a half.
And I'm kind of like...
That's because he was working on a lot of other projects.
Yeah, but it's also like, I would so much rather have to wait and have something great than just be like rushed and bad. Because I think a lot of times that is a problem with shows, is that they get lazy.
It's so wonderful
in the
that
later
FX is giving
seasons.
them so much room to work on it.
It's dark, but it's also so funny. And his character is just so likable. I love all the characters. Mm-hmm. I like to think that I'm a Darius because everything that Darius says is either so weird and dumb or like so wise and brilliant.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I'm earned by far. Yeah. I'm in it. I'm hustling.
You hustling.
Working in the background.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He just like... It's just a good show.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just so well done.
No, it's amazing. And, okay. So, while we're on Atlanta season 2 is coming out. But let's go circle back to Atlanta, because I want to talk about Atlanta a little bit more, like our favorite episodes and stuff. So, So, season 1 of Atlanta was, like, 2016. That was in, like, October-ish. So then he won the Golden Globe for Best Television Series, which I did not see him winning, but I am so glad he did, because he 100% deserves it. And Best Actor, totally deserves it. Yeah. And then he won some Emmys. He won Outstanding Lead Actor in a comedy series and Outstanding Directing for a comedy series. And my only gripe with the directing one is that Hiro Murai, who's been working with him on directing for a long time, he's like one of my favorite directors of all time. He's directed like pretty much all of his music videos. He directed all the music videos from Because of the Internet, and he also directed Clapping for the Wrong Reasons, and he did a lot of stuff on Atlanta. But Donald only directed like one... Stupid skateboarders. Donald only directed one episode from the...
noise.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyways.
He only directed one episode from Atlanta season 1, and it was a really good episode. But
which one was it?
It was BAN, with a Black America Network.
Oh,
the talk show
that one was funny. That was very funny.
But Hiro Murai directed some of my favorite episodes from the entire season. Like I put those on like my college application.
Aww. And he was also he was the first Black person.
He was the first
to win that award.
But he even shouted out Hiro and his and his acceptance speech. He was like, "This belongs to you," because he taught me everything I know about directing. And I'm glad that he won, but I also really wanted Hiro's episode.
I get that.
Because like Streisand Effect is like probably like one of my favorite episodes from season 1 as far as like cinematic and like film stuff.
Which one is that?
That's the one where they're Streisand Effect. I just want to double check and make sure that I have this right. Streisand Effect is the one where they're going around. They're like trade up from like the katana to like. The katana to like the dog, and then like they need money. Yeah. Yeah, it's the one where Paperboy gets criticism on. He buys, and it's the one where Paperboy is like getting called out on Twitter with all the Vine and like that guy.
Oh, with that kid. Dude,
yeah.
Zan. Oh my god, where he's like,
get the fuck off, Paperboy.
He's like, this isn't my son, this is my business partner. We make Vine videos together.
Oh my god. R.I.P. Vine.
Rip Vine. Rip. Maybe we can convince Ella to have an episode on Vine, because you know we have a lot to say.
Oh, yes, we do. But yeah, so he won those Emmys, which she deserves them. They're amazing. Awaken My Love came out that December. First single, I was like, this is so different. I was like, oh, it's not rapping Donald. Like,
wait, what was the first single?
Me and Your Mama.
That's one of that might be my second favorite.
That's my second or third
of all
favorite.
His songs.
From Awaken My Love, it's my second or third favorite. And it was so good. I was like, it was like different. I was like, oh, it's not rapping Donald. And I was like, I got into it. I was like, this is so good. And then he released Redbone, which was just freaking amazing. And it's so smart. Like, I think it's glad. Like, he had to realize that Redbone was probably the most accessible and best song from the album. Yeah. But if he had released it as the first single, then I don't think people would have accepted it as like the single. Yeah. It's like they needed to be like sort of like, oh, this is new Donald with like Me and Your Mom. It's like
they
different.
Had to be warned.
They had to like get their like they had to be warned, and then he released that and just like fucking knocked everyone out.
It just like I don't know what else I would compare it to. Because it's just so like it's just its own thing.
Okay, and it's just such a great album. It was like the biggest left hook ever. I stayed up. That was one of the few times I've stayed up to like listen to an album when it gets released like at midnight.
I love that.
So then, he started in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. That's really good.
That's what the stars mean. Those are the things I haven't seen.
It's really, his scene is really funny. This has a bit of a backstory because like there was this whole campaign when they were redoing the first remake of Spider-Man. They were like, Donald for Spider-Man, Donald Glover for Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, and then he has the thing on his stand-up where he's like, there was one person who commented, "Oh yeah, well Michael Cera might as well just be Shaft," and he's like, Shaft is not the black version of Spider-Man.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
And like there was this whole campaign and like it didn't work out, but then they gave Donald Glover the role of Miles Morales' cousin. Miles Morales is like Black Spider-Man in the comic book universe, which is all I know just because of Donald Glover. Yeah. But they gave that role and he had a really funny like small. It was very small. I wish it had been longer, but he had a very funny role in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Haha! I should have said it out loud for the podcast. I said that's what she said.
And then he got nominated for like 5 Grammys.
Yep.
And he should have won all of them, and we all know that he got robbed by Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Here's the thing. I read something that called him Sonic Wallpaper, which is so accurate. Like, he's always on the radio. He's always winning awards. Whose favorite artist is Bruno Mars?
It's like the same thing as like Maroon 5.
It's the same as Maroon 5, where no one really likes him.
But they like his songs.
And people like his songs.
They're pop.
He's somehow winning awards, somehow one of the most well-known artists of this time. Yet, like, what new thing is he doing?
Nothing.
Like, some of his stuff, it has an interesting vibe, but it's just redoing what other people do.
Yeah.
It's like... The fact that he would win anything,
he was the one like over out of all the categories for like best for album of the year. I would be okay. I said this before. I was like, I want Donald Glover to win, of course, because he's amazing. But honestly, like, I would be okay. Like all the other albums are such great nominees. I'd be okay if any of them won, except for Bruno Mars. I was like, as long as it's not Bruno Mars, I'll be happy. And then of course he won literally every category. I was like, don't let Bruno Mars win. Anything else would be better.
Yeah.
But he did win one Grammy for best traditional, what was it?
Traditional R&B performance.
Yeah, best
for Redbone.
For Redbone. And I'm pretty sure that was the one from when he was on Jimmy Fallon. Because that's the performance that got him the nomination.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Huh, I did not know that.
But I might be wrong.
And he also performed at the Grammys, which we talked about earlier.
So good.
It was
so good.
So good.
So good.
Also, that little boy... He's
amazing.
going places.
He's going places. The notes that he hit were amazing.
Oh, so good. I hope when his voice changes, he doesn't like become a bad singer.
Oh yeah.
That would suck.
All right, so now we're gonna move into upcoming Donald Glover stuff. So right now, what's going on is like Atlanta is literally being released right now as like the podcast will come out. Like, there's new episodes of Atlanta.
I still have 2 episodes recorded that I have to watch.
Great. The other episode from this Thursday was also so good.
I want to watch them. I'm excited. I'm going to watch them this afternoon.
It's so different. Oh my god, it's another good. It's so good. Okay, watch them. Because episode 2 is legit. I still think it's like we'll get into it later.
I'll text you when I do. I'll give you all my thoughts.
So 2018, this year, he's playing Lando Calrissian and and Solo Star Wars Story, which of course he's destined. He's the perfect.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Oh, it's so perfect.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. But you know damn well I will be in the theater seeing that.
Oh, yeah, no.
There's no way I wouldn't.
Well, have you seen the trailer, that shot of him, like it pans up?
I think so.
And it's just so majestic.
I saw him, when it first released the trailer, wasn't it like during the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And I was watching the Super Bowl, like with other people, and they were all like, oh, Star Wars. And I was like, and then I was like, wait, this is the one Donald Glover's in. And when he popped up on the screen, I was just like, yes!
Yes, Queen. Yes, King. Yes, King.
Yes, Queen. Yes, King.
So
he is my king.
So Atlanta season 3 is definitely going to get greenlit.
Yeah.
He's also working on an animated version of Deadpool with his brother Steven.
Which I think is so funny because you know my whole thing about Steven.
Yeah.
That I love everyone named Steven.
Steven Glover is one of the coolest guys. Steven Glover also has some... He's one of his songs is on our elimination round because it's a song featuring Childish Gambino that's really good.
I need to learn more about his brother.
He has like 3 mixtapes out that are actually really good. I listened to him.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
He's like a trap artist though from like He doesn't do like Childish Gambino trap. He does like trap rap.
Not like my
yeah,
style.
I don't think you like. He has a few songs that you might like, but I don't. That's not really your kind of thing.
Okay.
But he's still really good, and he writes for Atlanta. And like as like someone who'd never written before, he like came in and fucking killed it. Of course. And then in 2019, as you probably all know, because this is just like Beyonce's in it too. Like The Lion King, they're doing a remake of The Lion King where Donald Glover is playing like old Simba. I'm
so excited because here's the thing. Beyonce and Donald Glover, they're both in the category of like, what kind of monster doesn't like them?
Yeah.
Like, one time, this guy...
Well, like, what did Beyonce do?
He told me he wasn't attracted to Beyonce, and my initial thought, I was just like, racist. Mm-hmm. And like, part of me is joking when I say that, but also I'm just like, she's one of those people, like, she's so talented and she's so good at everything. And he's the same way where I'm just like, you are not a real human. Yeah. You are too perfect
to be on this earth.
Anyone who doesn't like them just hasn't really like given their work a chance. Like, I get if you don't like Beyonce, but all you've listened to is like Single Ladies and like her greatest hits. Yeah. But if you like deep dive into her music,
yeah, like Lemonade.
Lemonade, another one of my favorite albums as a whole body of work sequentially. Did you watch the visual album?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, no.
Amazing. And it's the same type of thing he's doing, where it's like, it has a few catchy songs, but the way it was tied together, like with the poetry and the cinematography, and it just takes you on a whole emotional roller coaster.
Oh, it's so amazing.
So Lion King, since it has both of them,
yeah,
I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, it's going to be so good.
Unfortunately, at this time, our microphone had its own little Dum-Dum moment and messed up, and my phone started recording from my phone's microphone and not the external mic we were using. The microphone apologizes for the decrease in audio quality.
Free smoothie yesterday.
From where?
I was over at Maddie's grandmother's house, and because I think she's old, I think like we should send her like the best coupons. So Smoothie King sent her coupons like on these like nice little sheets, and literally it was like get one free smoothie, and you didn't even have to buy anything. You just like showed them the coupon and gave you a free smoothie, and we got two of them. Me and Maddie went and we got smoothies. I got a free smoothie. Didn't have to buy 1 penny.
Buy 1 penny. At first, when you said that, when you started the story, I thought you were going to be like, I got a free smoothie. Maddie's grandma made it for me. And, like, you can't brag about things being free if they're homemade.
Or Dum-Dum. No.
Dum-Dum. Which one of us is the Dum-Dum, though?
You know what? We're all the Dum-Dums. we have our own fucking podcast. We're already out to lunch. He's out to lunch.
He's just out to lunch.
That is my favorite phrase for saying crazy now.
Oh, it's so good.
I love saying out to lunch.
Oh yeah, it's so like.
She's just fucking out. That's what I said about.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, no, okay.
That whole
family is just out to lunch.
Me and Katie had a whole talk about them where we were just like, I bet that family all puts ketchup on their eggs. Oh. And we just like went and...
Maddie puts ketchup on her eggs.
I know she does. I've joked with her about it. But like, we were just listing things like that of like all of the traits that we hate.
Oh my God, the whole family is just out to lunch.
We're like, they probably have family game night, but then they only play Monopoly.
Juneteenth. It's either Juneteenth or Ban is like my favorite comedy episode, definitely. My favorite Darius is just so funny throughout the whole season.
Close this and I was doing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Dum-Dum moment. No, Darius is so funny.
The funniest character.
My favorite is when he's first introduced and he just has this huge knife and the plate of cookies and he's like,
want a cookie?
Want a cookie? And then he's like, who is this? He's like, man, I already told you this is Darius, and he's just like, yeah, but who is Darius? And he's just like. I told you I'd give you a cookie.
What was that moment? Oh God, I just remembered. I totally forgot. It was a really funny Darius moment. They're all good.
My favorite Darius quote is, everything's made up. Stay woke.
Everything made up. Stay woke. Yeah. It's so good.
That's
I literally have that on my
say.
Laptop.
That's why I
want to be.
Wait, you have what on your?
I have the Stay Woke sticker, which I got from.
Oh yeah,
Everything's made up. Stay woke.
Stay woke sticker on.
Oh, here.
We've already established this, just not on the podcast.
And that's just season 1. Season 2, I think the best comedy episode from the entire show overall was season 2, episode 2 is legit the funniest episode. So funny. Because Tracy is this new character. It's so good. The second season is amazing.
The episode, just the thing with the alligator, as I was watching it, I was like,
this is so... Who would have thought of this? Who would have thought of this?
And just like the cinematography, like the shots of the alligator were beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's so... Oh, gosh, it was.
It's so...
Oh, or Nobody Beats the Biebs. Black Justin Bieber is so funny.
Justin Bieber is
Actually,
funny.
I might have to change that to my favorite comedy episode from season 1. From just season 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the episodes and like.
Well, see, I have the episodes right here. There's like Value's also sort of funny because
which one's Value?
Value's the one that's all about Van, and she has like she smokes weed and then she has to get like fake hair. And then there's the kid in the white face.
Oh, the kid in the white face is so funny.
And that plays one of my favorite songs by from Maggot Brain in that episode. There's also The Club. The Club is so awesome.
I like The Club.
I keep forgetting, because he's trying to chase the guy. And also The Invisible Car.
Oh, The Invisible Car is so funny.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect example of how his humor, like, it's very smart and clever until it gets so absurd. Like, when they run over them in the invisible car. Like, that's so funny.
Like, of course.
Who comes up with that?
Yeah, I know.
It sounds so stupid, but it's so funny.
It is. So, yeah, as far as, like, favorite cinematic episode, I have to either say The Jacket or The Streisand Effect. Like, those are just beautiful, beautiful, extremely well-shot episodes.
I can't remember. You probably just said what the Streisand Effect
The
was.
Streisand Effect is the one where they, like, trade up from, like, the dog to the thing.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Also, that comes back in the second episode of the second season.
Does it really?
Thing, yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
And also The Big Bang. That's just, like, you can't even say, like, the
and
best
which one is The Big Bang?
The first episode. Where...
Oh.
It's just where, like, in the very first one where he meets, like, Paperboy and stuff. But I can't say the first episode because that's just such a classic. Streisand Effect is beautiful. I put that on my my favorite directed, like, TV episodes of all time because I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so cinematically proficient. But season 2 is also extremely good. Like, I'd say, like, Moneybag Shoddy, which is the third episode that just came out, like, 2 nights ago. Also, so amazing. So well directed. The lighting and mood of that episode is freaking out of the park.
It's such a well done show.
Oh my god, it's amazing. If you are not watching Atlanta, you need to watch Atlanta.
And it's not that much of a commitment.
It's like they're 30-minute episodes.
The first season is 10 episodes.
Yeah, and it's like a half hour.
You go through it so quickly. It's just
so
like
good.
It's so good.
Plus, you can brag about watching it.
Oh yeah, he describes it as Twin Peaks for rappers.
But that's just how he sold it to the network.
And
it's
I love that. Just like anyone who's listening, I assume you know us. Watch it and then talk to me about it every single day.
I will literally.
Even if I haven't talked to you in years, come up to me and be like, what are your thoughts on Atlanta? And I'll tell you my thoughts on Atlanta.
You've legit got to watch the second and third episode. It's so good.
It's so good.
I would talk about this literally for 10 more hours, but we're going to have already an hour-long podcast if we don't. Okay, so we're going to bring you the Donald Glover bracket. We're going to do a little mini-pod. Little mini-pod. Mini-sode. I just get mini-pod. It's like a mini-podcast. Mini-pod. Yeah. From Cinema Sins. But all right, so we're doing these Donald Glover questions to wrap up the episode.
Okay.
All right, I got a few. I got. You know what? Okay. You got the question. You got the questions because I did the bracket. You did the questions.
Yeah. Well, you can ask your questions too.
I have one or two questions. Okay. My questions aren't that great.
Fuck, marry, kill. You know that's one of my favorite games. Troy Barnes, Ernest Marks, Childish Gambino.
Oh shit. Okay, I know what my decision is.
What is it?
And I don't like it. Okay, I went through 2 different decisions. I'm gonna tell you both of them. My original reaction was, my reaction for this whole time, I can't tell. I could see a scenario in which I kill each one of them. And I don't like it.
That.
But it's because of how much I know. I feel like, you know what? I know what I am going to do. I'm going to fuck Ern, marry Childish Gambino, kill Troy. But my alt to this would be fuck Troy, kill Ernest, marry Childish Gambino. I can also see a scenario in which I marry Troy.
I get that.
Because like, okay, here's the thing. I think could also be, he can be a little bit annoying in the show. Like, if we're going by his character, not Donald Glover in general, like, also, like he's not a great boyfriend.
He's not good at relationships.
He's not good. I just couldn't marry him, I don't think.
Yeah,
he just
you couldn't marry him.
Childish Gambino, I think, now that, okay, I'm thinking of, like, because the internet, Childish Gambino, he's all, like, he could be like, I just couldn't marry, because, like, I feel like he'd just be so existentially, wouldn't have time for me, but, like, Awaken My Love, Childish Gambino is loyal. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with fuck Ern, marry Childish Gambino, kill Troy, and I don't like that because I love Troy. Yeah. But I just I could not imagine. No, that would be terrible.
He's in a committed relationship with Abed.
Yeah, also, but I feel like he'd get a little bit annoying because he's like a child in the show.
Yeah, he's very childish.
All right, what's you?
I think I would do the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So question. I know that you're going to yell when I say this.
I can already see it. I'm going to yell.
If you could only watch or listen to one thing he's made for forever, what would it be?
Is it one, like, I can only watch Atlanta or only listen to, like, one of his albums? Or is it, like, one song or one episode?
It's like one album or one show.
Is it one show or one season of the show? Actually, you know what? I already know it. One show. Okay, I already know what I'm going to say just because it's my favorite album of all time. I gotta go with Because of the Internet. Okay. And I would say Atlanta, but I just I can't imagine, like, life without Because of the Internet. It's such a good album. It's just so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what about you? I know you want to say Awaken My Love, but you also want to say Community. And you also want to say Atlanta.
I don't even need to talk because you know exactly what I was thinking. It's like, I feel like I should choose Atlanta because I feel like it's like higher quality and it's deeper than Community. But also, I could sit around and watch Community forever.
Grace with the difficult question.
I'm going to choose Community.
That's a good choice. I'm glad you chose that.
Random choice, but I'm going for it.
No, okay. That's the alt.
So on the first episode, we did a section of That's a Dealbreaker Ladies.
That's a Dealbreaker
Ladies. And we also briefly mentioned on the episode, the part that I was very embarrassed about, was that Donald Glover's the exception to any rule.
Have you seen that meme, or the Tumblr thing that's the meme or whatever, that I saw it on Instagram, it's a meme, but it's where it's like, it's a tech conversation with like a girl and her mom, and her mom was like, oh, what's the password for your computer? I need to get into something. And she texted on Twitter. It was like, how do I tell my mom that my password is like Harry Styles owns my asshole?
Oh, yeah. Or there was a Vine like that one time where she's like, at the Apple store, and they're like, what's your password? And she's like, I'm embarrassed. And they're like, don't be, it's fine. And she's like, Harry is stabbing no spaces.
That's what I feel like you and Donald.
Yeah, Donald for sure. Donald is stabbing no spaces. Yep, Glover. My roommate and I discussed potentially having a sign on our door that's like, the only Donald we acknowledge is Glover.
I like that. I want to steal that.
My favorite and least favorite person in one sentence, you know?
All right.
So anyways, is that a deal breaker? He gets a no-hawk. Are you familiar with a no-hawk? It's a reverse mohawk.
Oh, God. So it's like a valley on your head.
Yeah. He gets a no-hawk and a handlebar mustache.
I could live with that. I think if he pulled off the no-hawk right and the mustache was tasteful, yeah, I could live with it.
Yeah. I think it would be disgusting and it would be hard to look at him.
There's definitely, I can already see, there's some ones on here that might be deal breakers.
But I also love him so much as a person. Are we assuming that I have to be with him like the rest of my life? Or is it just like as a fan? No, like you're like in a relationship with him. Okay. Yeah. No homo though. No homo. But yes, homo. Yeah. It's okay. Everyone has an exception. Okay. Next one. He decides for the rest of his life he'll only wear solid camo with Crocs.
That's a deal breaker. I'm sorry.
Is it really? I would be like, whatever. I would throw on my Crocs and be like, let's do it.
Donald Glover look like a child in Crocs.
Whatever. He can wear anything.
What do you think, Ella?
You know I don't have an opinion on this. That's what you think.
She would. She's right there. Okay, next one.
Your entire family and all of your friends will never speak to you again if you decide to be with him.
I really like if it was just my family, I'd say not a deal breaker, but if it was my friends,
Yeah.
I really like my friends a lot. No! But I love him. All right, because I know my friends are going to be listening to this. It's a deal breaker.
I think for me, honestly, first off, I'd be like, why are you racist?
Yeah.
Is that why you're not cool with it? But then also I would be like, if you don't like him, there's something wrong with your judgment.
Yeah.
I feel like just for the sake of like not offending people, I need to say it's a deal breaker. But also, in reality, I would be like, what the fuck is your problem?
Yeah.
Like, okay. This one is tough. This one is like a real moral question. He will quit his career for you, so you get to spend all your time with him, but knowing that he'll never make any form of art again.
Is this like today?
Yeah.
He quits?
Yeah.
Are we assuming that the second season of Atlanta gets released?
Yes.
Are we assuming that his unrecorded album that he's definitely releasing this year gets released?
Yes.
Then yeah, not a deal breaker.
Okay.
I could live with it as long as this next album comes out, which he said is his final album, and he's already recorded that.
Oh, really?
And,
it's his final album?
Yes.
Oh, so then that's,
And then, well, it's sort of, he's gonna like keep making music, but it's his final album,
Yeah.
Childish Gambino. And as long as the season of Atlanta, I think I could live with only 2 seasons of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because you don't stop while you're ahead. Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I would feel bad though.
I'd still make music
being
with
like
them.
the rest of the world, you don't get to appreciate his art. But
I'm sorry,
I
I'm
get
gonna be
to
selfish. No.
Okay,
not a deal
I'll be
breaker.
selfish too. I agree.
Okay.
He's literally addicted to meth.
Is it like janky ass meth? Or is it like...
What kind of non-janky meth is
I'm not sure.
there?
There's like high functioning meth addicts.
I don't think
Like,
there are
is he
high functioning meth addicts.
But I bet Donald Glover could be a high functioning meth addict. He'd be like the one person who could be on meth and he'd be like totally chill.
You're just like, wow, he's getting really genius. His works are getting a lot more creative, and really he's just like on meth.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Like if he could pull it off, I'd say not a deal breaker. But if he turns out into like a meth addict, like meth head, then I'd say deal breaker because it'd just be sad to be around him.
I agree. And
'Cause I've known
meth
where
is
he's
the
come from.
worst of all the drugs.
It's literally the worst drug.
It's the like.
Except for maybe fentanyl, but no meth.
Yeah.
It's literally cancer.
Yeah, and so then so the reason behind this one is the fact that I tried to make these so ridiculous to be like, what could be a deal breaker? So this one, he literally murders your mother. He murders your mother. Is it a deal breaker?
Fuck! This is difficult. Do I know that he's murdered my mother, or do I just know that my mother murdered and like there might be a connection? Like,
you know that he did it.
Was it on accident or on purpose?
It was on purpose.
Ah, Chris. Like, did he have like a reasoning for it? Is he just like crazy, or did like my mom was like fuck you and like racist motherfucker, and then he like accidentally ran her over or something?
He intentionally killed her with malicious intent, but she was racist.
Oh, then yeah, no.
But she's
not a deal breaker.
But she's still your mom.
Like if she like called him the N-word, I'd be like, yeah, take that bitch out.
Okay, well, I recently.
Sorry, Mom, if you're listening to
recently
this.
told-
I don't think you're racist. My mother is not racist.
Yeah.
But I just needed some reasoning that I could still live with Donald Glover. I'm so sorry.
I recently allowed my mom to listen to this podcast, so because of that, yes, it's a deal breaker.
I'm so sorry,
if
Mom.
Donald Glover murdered my mom, I would murder him. So
I'd only be okay with it. I'd only be okay with it if there was like reasoning.
Yeah,
like if
yeah.
he just did it because he was like, fuck you, Ben's mom, and then he just like killed her, I'd be like, no, not okay,
Well,
Donald.
also, maybe if it were like more than 20 years from now, and my mom was like very old, that would be different.
What
But,
if it was like a mercy murder? If it was like a like he just like pulled my mom's on like life support. She obviously has no life, but we're all so attached to her.
No, then that's fine. That's fine.
And like, but he's like the only one who's like you need to be
But this
in
is like
permanence. You gotta pull the plug.
No, but this is like he straight up murders her in cold blood.
As long as he had like racist reasoning behind it, I'd be okay.
I agree.
If there was no racist reasoning, I think it'd be a deal breaker. But
Okay.
I'm sorry, I love my mom so much.
Okay.
But if there was enough reasoning behind it,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I feel like a terrible person.
It's okay. That's the last of my questions. Do you have any questions?
I was gonna put like down what's your favorite album or song, but we're gonna do that on the mini pod.
And we've already kind of talked about that.
Okay, by the way, since I'm gonna cut the earlier part, we were gonna originally do a bracket, but we're doing a mini pod instead now. So it'll just be like a 30-minute podcast that we put out, just small one, just on the bracket of like favorite music. And we'll have more time because then Grace, I can give Grace the music and she can listen to it. I can listen
to all of it. Okay, so real quick before we're finished, we're going to do a quick Dum-Dum corner.
Oh, I have some Dum-Dum moments that I can pull up too.
Okay, so I'll start with myself as usual. Last week after we recorded the podcast, Ben was making a vlog and I forgot he was filming and told my secrets, and now he has a video of them.
They were some pretty big secrets.
It's like Scientology. It's like our friendship is a cult where it's like Ben literally has a video of my secrets and almost accidentally shared it with someone. Please never reach the point in our friendship where you start threatening me with it.
I would never do that. That's such a dicky move.
And then another Dum-Dum moment for me, I'm very embarrassed. I almost fell asleep during the meditation with the Tibetan monks.
Oh no! Oh, that is a Dum-Dum moment.
Well,
Grace, I don't want to give it to you again, but that's pretty bad.
I was up really late, and also like I spent a lot of the meditation thinking about how my back hurt because it hurt so bad. Okay.
All right, Brandon. I didn't catch this Dum-Dum moment.
I didn't either. Ella wrote this down.
Do you grade with a lot of harsh? Yes, Mr. Peltack.
Did you grade that with a lot of harsh?
Yeah, no, that's just.
So that's a Dum-Dum moment.
Yeah, but it's not as dumb as. And okay, I got some Dum-Dum moments on here. Okay. This I don't want to call this a Dum-Dum moment because it led to one of the best meetings of our entire lives. I think.
Yeah.
So I messed up the directions to Davidson like twice. But because I did, we met literally the nicest old man.
We met the nicest old man. We love him so much.
I don't even want to call it. I know it's a Dum-Dum moment, and I was mad at myself. But we met the nicest old man.
It was also a Dum-Dum moment because the rest of us were like, it's fine. And you were like, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. This is such a Dum-Dum moment. Oh, my God. And we were like, it's okay. We'll just be like 10 minutes later. Another... Dum-Dum Ben moment is just repeatedly calling everyone the wrong name. Like
on the trip up to Davidson, I think I said people's names wrong more times than I said them right.
Between me, Leah, Ella, and Sophie, you don't know any of our names. And
I do know. Okay, I know your names. I'm just so bad at names.
We're like some of your best friends.
I know. I'm just so bad at names.
It's just funny, and the best moment specifically was when he said to Sophie, "Monks don't speak, Ella." As we were on the way to hear monks speak.
No, I didn't.
And then a Dum-Dum Ben moment.
Oh my gosh, I can act on this one? Okay.
Yep,
so there's a video on my YouTube channel which you should totally check out called Going to See Mr. Whiteside. I pretty much just recorded our whole trip up there because like I want people to...
It's just me telling stories.
It's just like all of us telling dumb stories and stuff. But when we were at the restaurant we were meeting Mr. Whiteside, I pulled out the camera. I was like, oh, we're at the restaurant now. And I was like vlogging with Grace. I don't like to call it vlogging. I was taking a video for our video online. That's a video log of what happened.
It's a vlog of our life and it's a video.
And I was doing this and then people like probably saw that we were recording, but I was like, we're here with Mr. And then when we were leaving the restaurant, I was putting up my tray and I was walking by and these two girls who went to Davidson were like on like what was it, like the lacrosse team or something?
It was like soccer, I think.
It might, whatever, some sports team from Davidson, probably like soccer, but she was like, I walked by her and she was like, nice vlogging. I was like, thank you. And she wasn't like trying to be mean with it. I think she just thought it was funny that she caught someone vlogging like in public. And I was sort of in public because I don't vlog or like do that kind of shit. This was a very special occasion.
Yeah. Well, and we try to be like 2016 era Christine and Elijah, where
no one gets that reference except maybe Sophie.
Vlogs are making fun of other vlogs.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to be, but like it was still embarrassing that we got caught.
I know. She was like, "Did you have fun?" Yeah, no.
Here's a Dum-Dum moment that's both of us. So when we got to Davidson, they had a beautiful mandala.
Oh God!
That the monks were making, and Ben is like,
okay, and a mandala, if you guys don't know, it literally takes. They spend a week like going like grains at a time of sand, making this beautiful it's so intricate. Literally takes them a week of nonstop work to make, and then they just destroy it.
But so this is on Tuesday, so they had like kind of just started it.
Yeah.
But it was like still really far along and like
beautiful.
This
Friday. Yeah, it was gorgeous. I have pictures. Check it out on the video.
And
plug Ben Sasser.
Ben is like, hey Grace, what are the odds that you knock the mandala down? And I was like, I'm not doing that. And he was like, no, do like 1 in 1,000. I was like, that's still too low. And he was like, no, do like 1 in a million. So we did 1 in a million. We count to 3. I say 12 and Ben says 2. We literally, we did 1 in a million.
A million.
And chose
hundreds
numbers,
of thousands.
chose numbers within 10 of each other.
Literally.
For me to literally knock down a
9 digits
mandala.
away. 9 digits away from each other. We chose. Oh my god.
Why did we both think that was funny? Why was I not like
No.
360,429?
It was
Dum-Dum moment.
Did you have a heart attack when I said 2 and you said 12?
Yep.
Did you have a little heart attack?
We both had a heart attack. Okay, wait, you said you have more Dum-Dum moments?
I did, and here's the thing. I was terrible at writing down. All I have... Okay, this is actually sort of a... Okay, this is going to be another Dum-Dum moment for Ben. Because I have a note on my phone called Dum-Dum Moments, and there's 2 separate ones, and all I wrote down were, what are the odds for Ella, and then Solar Flare, which I know is for Leah. But I can't remember the context of either of them. Why didn't I write down the full thing?
Solar Flare is
Dum-Dum
when...
moment for Ben.
They, is when Leah was, like, trying to, like, wave at a car. And Sophie was like, you can send them a solar flare.
Oh, yeah.
She might, like, flash her lights. She got a solar flare. I don't remember what are the odds Ella is.
I don't know.
But also,
Dum-Dum.
Ella is so weak with what are the odds.
Yeah, I think it might have been the one thing where she said, like, I never go through on my what are the odds, even if I lose.
She does not go through with it.
And those are some Dum-Dum moments.
There's some Dum-Dum moments.
I already know what's going to end up happening, and I don't like it, but I'll sort of accept it that I'm going to be Dum-Dum of the week, I think. Unless I feel like the almost fell asleep with the Tibetan is a pretty strong case. But I'm okay.
Are we both Dum-Dum of the week?
Can we call it a tie? Probably.
We're tied for Dum-Dum of the week.
We're tied for Dum-Dum of the week. I'm okay with that. That makes me feel better.
This podcast just turns into the two of us just admitting all of our worst moments.
Oh, yeah, no. But
because here's the thing. It's not like we have so many more dumb moments than other people. It's just like we're always there for them, so we write them all down. Like, I know y'all listeners are some dummies, too.
Yeah, I know, but we're just like...
Tell us your Dum-Dum moments. Send them in. Don't be embarrassed.
Why do you think this is like this? Comment
down below.
Yeah, okay.
Like this video to lock in your answer.
Like this video to lock in your answer.
Also, no one's gonna get this reference.
Yeah, no, this is H3H3. Maybe Flynn might have seen like one of those videos, but I doubt it. He's not into H3H3 as much as we are.
No one's into them the way we are. Except my sister.
Oh!
I'll tell her to listen.
Oh,
no,
I
Suzanne.
Like oh, damn.
Not me.
Alright,
Suzanne's cool too. She's the one who told me about Donald Glover.
Oh, I already love her. And I think on that note, we're going full circle.
We're going
Donald Glover.
Full circle.
This has
Donald
been
Glover.
an amazing talk, and I cannot wait to do the second part of this
This has been so great. I'm so excited. I don't know if other people will like this, but we had so much fun just talking about Donald Glover.
Oh no, literally, I could do like 5 podcast episodes just on Donald Glover. At least.
I think we should.
I'd be down. Alright. But on that note. You know what we're gonna say. Goodbye, Leah and Sophie.
And Ella.
And I was right there.
Oh, yeah.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
Thank you for listening. Please be sure to leave a comment, like, or subscribe to our podcast if you are listening on iTunes. Also, feel free to share with friends, family, or close acquaintances. We thank you for listening to Stuff Grace and Ella Like. And please, don't forget to smash that motherfucking like button. See you next week.
We're joking.
Lately, I've been choking myself so often.
Grace.
Just as a go-to response, anytime I dislike something, I'll just be like, ah! And they've gotten more and more aggressive, which is funny because I have the whole thing about like, if other people touch my neck, I want to die. Stop, don't even go there. But like, it's just become like my go-to response for things. Funny. I could have choked myself right then because I was mad, but then I didn't.
So then, I'm eating some craisins.
Good.
Because craisins are delicious. The community died, I'd say.
The fifth season.
Stupid phone.
I'm just gonna wait for it to stop ringing because I'm not gonna answer it.
I've not seen Magic Mike XXL.
I have beef. I don't tweet. It's too scary.